Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Maxpedition Falcon 3. Let's check it out. Alright guys, so the Maxpedition Falcon 3. Okay, I'm a big fan of the Pygmy Falcon 2. Okay, then you've got the Falcon 2 and you got the Falcon 3. These come in different colors. You can get gray, you can get wolf gray, where the outside's gray and the PALS webbing is black. This is the khaki color. You can get black. So different options there on the colors. Now, what I like about this pack, and I'm also going to tell you a couple of things I don't like about it. It's a larger pack, but it's an accordion style pack, so you could really suck this thing down and use your compression straps here. And these are a type of nylon, so they're quiet. When you click them in, you barely hear a click there. So if that's something you're worried about, people hearing you click your buckles, that's one of the things indicated on the website. A ton of molly on this thing, Velcro for your morale patches. I like to keep a couple small things out here on the outside of these packs for, you know, quick use. Like I'll put a tourniquet in this little Maxpedition barnacle pocket here, or something like that. Maybe some medical tape and gauze, things like that. Little flashlight, Velcro flashlight holder there. Now this pack, it's got the Y strap on top, which I really like. Okay, if you've got a wet garment, like your shirt gets wet, or you know, poncho rain jacket, you can unclip this and throw it up here, clip it over top of it, and let it drip dry as you're walking, if that's something you need to do. You can remove this, but I found it to be pretty handy. I did not realize how much I was going to like that, so that's a pretty good feature. It's got 4 compression straps on the sides. You can, you know, attach things to the side here, like if you want to carry an axe or a hatchet. And this will also help secure the load on the inside from jumbling around, and just keep everything nice and neat and packed away. Okay, this bag is made out of 1050 denier ballistic nylon. It's tough as nails. If you're walking through the woods, you're not gonna scratch holes in it on trees and briars and things like that. It's got a triple polyurethane DuPont finish on it. Okay, so you could pour water on this thing, it just beads right off, except for the PALS webbing and the straps and things that will get wet. It's got paracord, and I think this is a kind of a cheaper paracord. The stuff you buy is a little bit better. This is kind of a slick feeling stuff here, but you know, it works for zipper pulls. It's got the little locking keepers here on the zippers. Each one of these compartments has 2 zippers, so you can lock each one that you want to. A little keeper here with a snap on it if you want to put a hank of paracord on there or something like that. Guys, these bags, I think all their bags have grab handles, and you wouldn't really realize how much you use these, but most of the time I'm carrying one of these packs by the handle unless I'm actually going to put it on, so in and out of the house to the car, things like that. Now this bag, like I said, it's a 35 liter, so it's the biggest pack I would want for a day pack. But you don't have to completely fill it full, and you can compress it down, and it doesn't really take up, you know, a whole lot of room on you, but it will expand out pretty big if you need to carry some stuff in here. So this could be, I used to use this when I was driving trucks for an overnight bag, maybe 2 nights. You could probably do 3 in this thing pretty easy. Anything more than that, depending on how many clothes you need to take with you and gear and things like that. It really just depends on you. The back of it has this foam padded mesh on it here. It's really soft. It feels really good. Not necessarily going to keep you from sweating, but it does have these little pockets for a little bit of airflow and things. Also on the straps. So anywhere this pack comes in contact with you, except maybe the bottom rim here. Okay. The bottom of this pack does have a rubberized space to it there. So for setting it down on wet surfaces and things, I really like that. It does have the 2 straps. You can see I've got them tied off here. If you want to put some kind of a sleep system on there, it will accommodate a sleeping bag, you know, rolled up into its stuff sack. So one thing I do want to add on that, and I haven't done it yet because I just came up with the idea, these nylon straps, they're kind of slick. Okay, so if you've got some kind of like my poncho, for instance, comes in a ripstop material type bag, if I were to put that on here, it could slide out to the side. So I consider getting a small, like a thin bicycle inner tube, and taking it out of these buckles and putting it on these straps and then refeeding it back in there. That way you'd have rubber contact here and on the straps. Okay, I just haven't done that yet, but I plan on doing that pretty soon. Now, 2 outside compartments. We'll start with the administration pouch here. You've got room for like a small, I'd put a compass here, you know, or maybe a small flip over notepad. a few pens and Sharpies, whatever you want to do. It's got this little keeper here and one of these Silcock keys on here. You can put your maps right in here. That's probably about a 6 or so inch pocket there. You could put a full-size firearm in a holster right down in here if you wanted to, if you wanted access to that firearm from right there. So, all right, and up here, this is a good space to put, say, your sunglasses or something that you kind of want to get taken care of. Right now I've got a small pair of binoculars and a headlamp in there, you know, some things like that. You could put a fixed blade knife in there in the sheath if, you know, it'll fit in there. That's about a 7 to 8 inch pocket, something like that. So the front of this bag is about 10 to 12 inches. It's about 18 to 20 inches tall, give or take. Now, this next compartment here, or I call the middle pocket, is Velcro on both sides, and this is their concealed carry compartment. Okay, and as you can see, I've used one of their Velcro holsters here, and it actually Velcros around the gun. Guys, these things work better than you would think. I've put Glock 17s in this. This is a 19 here. What else have I, 1911s I've carried in this. Okay, this stuff holds pretty good. You can customize it, put it anywhere you want to, even on the other side here. Or if you know, you want to use this bag for different applications, you can put a laptop in here. This is going to help protect the finish on your laptop, not scratch it up, things like that. So pretty neat little pocket. They're older designs, and I think they still may make some where that pocket was actually up against your back on the other side, and it had a little zipper here. I had one of those. It was my first Maxpedition bag I ever bought, and I kind of like that, but then you've got stuff pressing up against your back, so this is probably a better option. Okay, now your main compartment, and this bag is a full clamshell style bag. Okay, so you can just fold it all out and open it up like a suitcase. All right, make sure that's getting in the frame there. And so what we've got in here is, oh, it also does come with the waist strap, which attaches, you know, obviously right here. It goes around your belly. I do not like those. I despise those. The only time I ever use those is on a larger, like, backpacking bag, and I really don't like them on those either. They just kind of get in the way of my firearm, and my shirt works up in them, and it's kind of irritating. So I've removed this one. You know, you can do that. If you want to keep it on there, it does have these little elastic keepers, so you could kind of roll your excess slack up in there. These have it as well, the compression straps on the side. So now, the back of this pack, it has ports, hydration ports here. Okay, I've got a one of those like mil-spec Camelback 3 liter or 100 ounce water bladders in here. Okay, and it would hold one larger than that if you wanted to. It's a pretty good sized pocket in there. Obviously, if you didn't want to do that, you want to stick a water bottle in here, you could. One thing I do want to recommend for packs like this that are basically set up for hydration bladder, okay, because that's typically not my main way to carry water. I'm going to start doing it again just out of convenience, you know, going fishing and hiking with my wife and stuff. It's easier to do that than to get a bottle out. But one thing I do recommend though is if you're going to use a hydration bladder, have one of these, okay, in case your bladder gets compromised. You might fall and it could burst or somehow get a hole in it over time. Who knows? I've never had an issue out of any of mine, but it's something that could happen. Okay, so I like to keep a nesting cup and like a clean canteen or something that I could actually boil water in. And you know, you could have your water filter, your purifying tablets, whatever you want to do. That way, if you do compromise your bladder, you'll have something else. So and if you're thinking about one of these water bottle holders from Maxpedition that you can mount to the side of this pack here, a lot of people like those. I think this is a cool thing if you want to carry it like a thermos and throw it in the truck or whatever. I would not like this mounted on the side of this pack, and I'll show you why. It's going to turn it into a really massive pack, you know, wide, not up and down. So your hiking bags are typically taller, and you can keep, you know, things in them better that way. That's going to make this pack huge, and it's not going to be like it's made on the side. I prefer packs that have water bottle holders on the side. You could utilize them for something else. You could put different things in it if you want to use a hydration bladder. But this is just, these things are kind of padded and insulated slightly, and they take up a lot of room inside the bag. It's like half the main compartment. I really just don't like these unless this is all I'm going to carry, and I rarely ever do that. So, but like I said, I do recommend having an extra water bottle just in case. And what I do is, if you don't want to use one of those things to keep things from clunking around, get you one of these cheap Walmart hunting socks, okay? Slip your cup down in the bottom of it, and then your bottle down in that, and you could actually use the inside of this for storage, since you're not actually using it unless it's in case of an emergency. So you can put your purification tablets in there, your Sawyer Mini water filter, you know, whatever you want to do in there. You've got extra storage contained in a sock, okay? I come up with that the other day, and I was like, hey, I know what I can do now. So pretty happy about that. Then you won't take up too much room in your pack. So, all right, now there's a mesh pocket on the back side here. I've got a map in there and a contractor bag, just to kind of show you the size of that. Okay, it's folded up a little bit, but so now this pack does have on the bottom of it, it has drain ports, little drain grommets, in case, you know, you did spill some water in there, compromise your bladder or something like that. It will leak on your back. But you got all kinds of places out here, elastic and molly to clip your tube to your hydration bladder. This one happens to have like a little alligator style clamp to it. So D-rings out here, and it also has the load leveling. So if you want your pack to kind of ride higher on your back or the weight, you know, you can just reach over here and grab these and cinch them tight. Or these buckles work pretty easy. You can just pull them back and it'll slip back down. Typically when I'm hiking, walking a long way, I will move and adjust my pack quite a bit. If I feel like I've had the weight up high on my shoulders too long, I can lower it down, things like that. And the same with the buckles on the bottom. I know there's a lot of straps on this bag. That's one thing I don't like, but they are useful for this particular bag. You can unclip these and drop the pack off if you had to take off running, whatever. But these are easy to adjust while you're wearing it, so you could just pull them and slip them up and down and make it tighter on your shoulders, however you want to do that. So a lot of options with this bag. Like I said, it's a 35 liter. You can get a decent amount of stuff in there. One thing about these bags is they have so many compartments that makes up for a lot of the weight on the bag, a lot of the material. So it may get in your way. You may just want like a larger, you know, like a hiking style bag to put a lot of things in. I like this. I like to have my stuff kind of organized, and that way I know where it's at. So, that's pretty much all I got for this one. So, all right, guys. So that's the Maxpedition Falcon 3 35 liter backpack. I really like it. Like I said, I used it when I was driving a lot. It's a little bit larger, you know, like I said, for a day pack and things. But you can get by with it. Like I said, just don't fill it all the way up if you don't want all that weight. So anyway, those are my thoughts on it. Guys, hope you appreciated it. Go check out Maxpedition. They got deals going on all the time. A lot of times their stuff is like buy one, get one free, or 40 or 50% off if you order a certain amount of things. I bought that pack a while back. I can't remember what I paid for it, but right now it's retailing for about $230. So check out their sales and get a better deal, okay? All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Thanks.